and I turned around, and he threw up on me.
Oh no! Parents were like, all right, go to the bathroom. Anyway, I've sprinted to the bathroom and I've halted the brakes, and there was like some big ass snake sitting on the toilet. I was like, anyway, so I come back and I was like, I can't go. Mum's like, why can't you go? I was like, because there's a fucking snake sitting on the toilet. She didn't believe me. She come in and she's like, ha ha.
Bro, that is literally a nightmare, a living nightmare. To take a shit and a fucking snake crawls up the toilet and bites your butt?
Have you ever thought about that?
Yes.
I mean, I thought...
Yeah.
Bugs, cockroaches, snakes.
We've had frogs in the toilet. I'll be sitting there taking like a shit or whatever, and next minute, all you feel is
like it's jumped.
It's jumped. I'm like, what
It
the
literally
fuck is that?
it literally kissed your ass. Went.
That boy was like, I need to see the light.
Or maybe he slapped you with the tongue. Maybe he just ate you got your ass eaten by a frog, bro. It went. Damn, bro.
So sorry, I have had my ass eaten by a frog.
You could say that Kermit the Frog ate your ass.
Kermit the Frog sexually abused me. While I was trying to go for shit. Oh, hello.
Dude, that's wild. Yellawave, where are you, bro? We're over here talking nonsense. Come save us.
Yeah, he's there.
Hey, let's go. Shoot.
There we go.
Yo, what's good?
What up? What up?
Finally.
Can you guys hear him?
Gang's all here. What's up?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Finally. Okay. Let me see here. Let me get my notes out. Because I got some shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't just going to come in here unprepared. Let's get the small talk out of the way, man. How you been, Yellawave?
Oh, I've been solid. I've been trying to avoid this heat, dude. It's like 1 billion degrees outside.
Oh, it is fucking hot. I think today or yesterday was like the hottest day so far. Like 120.
You know when it gets so hot that like your AC just doesn't even exist anymore.
No, it's pointless. It's pointless. I have a fan literally pointing straight at me, and I got my AC on, and it's still fucking hot as balls.
It's just all for nothing.
I'm not wearing underwear right now. Like, that's how hot it is.
Dude.
But Yellawave, this is Ivan right below me with the white cup, and then this is Cayno, my Australian buddy. He woke up. He woke up at 6 in the morning to be here, bro, just for you, Yellawave.
Shit. Good morning.
Commitment, boy.
Commitment. So I know you're a busy man. So you got fucking R&B tonight, right?
Yep.
All right. Welcome to Awake and Unafraid, the podcast where we stay awake and are unafraid to talk about everything and anything. My name is Antelope. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Ivan and Cayno, and then we got a special guest today. Yellowwave's in the house. Give it up to Yellawave. Yellawave, I wanted to talk to you about a few things, but obviously I know who you are, but the people watching, you know, some of us may or may not know, but you've told me this before, but I'm very, very interested as to where your name DJ Yellawave came from. I remember you told me, but you know, you want to explain that a little bit because it's very unique. I was telling these guys, and these guys were like, "Oh shit, that's a dope ass name." You know, it's like so unique.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those names where you just assume off bat when you see it that it's like this guy was probably just high one day and just something out of a hat. But there was some thought that went into it. So I was watching this. I mean, the whole idea of like wanting to have a DJ name was just like separating it from my own name. I didn't want to use my own name because I wanted music to be its own endeavor. I wanted to be able to separate anything I do musically from the rest of, you know, the things that I want to do in my life. I don't want to just be labeled as just a DJ. So when I DJ, that's like my
persona,
exactly.
Yeah. Like me with Antelope and my real name. I get that completely. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just separating it for entertainment purposes, we'll say. And I saw an interview, and there was a rapper talking about his name, and his name is I Love McConan, and that's the guy with the Tuesday song with Drake or whatever. But he was saying or explaining why he named himself I Love McConan, and he said, when people sit in a room and they talk about me, whether they like me or they hate me, when they say my name, they still have to say I love McConan.
Oh
So,
shit,
you know what I'm
smart.
saying? So
Hell
you're
yeah.
setting them up for to love you. So I was like, you know what? Like I should put some thought into my name and let it be thought provoking, whether people know about it or not. So with my name, I just basically took color associations. So if you think about the color green, oh shit, hold on a second. You think about the color green, you think money. The color red would be associated with love, purple, royalty, what have you. Yellow is a very bold color. It also represents happiness, right? So I took that and I threw AVE, short for Avenue, on it, and I described DJing or music as my happy place. So put it together, it's Yellawave.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Like those, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Did you want it to be pronounced Yellow Wave or Yellow Ave? Like when you first thought about it?
Yellow. Well, at first it was my name was just gonna be like Yellow Ave
Okay.
separately, but then I put it together just so it's like easier to say and
It's
flows
so
better.
catchy, it
And
flows better.
yeah, it just works better. So I just ended up sticking with that and running with it.
Has that always been your stage name, your performing name, or was there like trial and error with other names that you're like, you know what, that sounds whack, or this, something like that? Like, what were you before Yellowwave, if there was anything before?
Nothing. Like I didn't have a name, and then I just kind of got forced into like I did a show and they asked me for a logo and I didn't even have that at the time.
Damn, it's crazy,
Well,
right?
what are we gonna put on the flyer? I'm like, well, don't put my government name on there. You know, this isn't Facebook. Like,
yeah.
so, yeah, I just had to sit down and figure out something.
So like it was more of a necessity than something like that, right? Okay, cool. Damn.
Yeah, I
dude.
just didn't want people to be able to look me up on Facebook or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to put something.
That's Cayno has his nickname, but it's based on his real name. Ivan, you know, he's starting off streaming, doing his thing, you know. I think he should come up with one too, but he just goes by Ivan. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, but I do agree.
I've had that name, the Ivan CFK, since I started playing video games. Like that's how it's always been for me. Because I was like, my favorite number is 5. Like when I played soccer, football, baseball, whatever sport I played, it was always number 5.
Dope.
And it just kind of stuck with me, honestly.
Yeah.
That's how I always kept it.
Yeah. My nickname, you know, I've talked about it in the past. I won't go there, but yeah, I've always found that story cool. That, you know, like my nickname was given to me. I didn't choose it. It was given to me. That's just how I've been known as for years now. But
I put a lot of thought into mine. It was a big process, whiteboard and everything. Yeah, just replaced the E with an O. Done.
The E with the O, that's it. But yeah, I agree that, you know, you should be able to separate your state. Like you should be able to have both, you know, because how I am on this podcast, I am who I am. What you see is what you get with me. But like when I'm gaming or, you know, entertaining or doing my thing or whatever, I do have to put on that. It's a switch that goes on in your head, you know. It's like, okay, it's time to work, and it goes on, you know.
Exactly.
So you know, you turn it off, you know, you're who you are, and then you turn it on, and then you turn into Antelope or Yellawave or whatever, you know. Okay, so that's a cool story. So my buddy here, Cayno, this is something I've been wanting to ask you for a while, Yellawave. Cayno has COVID right now.
Yeah.
So he's sick. He's usually a little bit more energetic, you know, but, you know, we'll give him a pass because he does have
There's
COVID.
a dog in the background. Woo!
Yeah, so he does have COVID.
You have a golden?
Yeah, it looks like a golden retriever he has. So during COVID and quarantine, DJing, that's like, you know, a big income for you. You know, that's one of your main incomes, right? So when COVID hit and everybody was quarantined, all the bars were closed, You know, I know
Yeah.
you DJ and do your thing for Power 98.3 here in the Phoenix area as well. How did
Yeah.
that impact your income, your career? Like, you're a DJ, you're supposed to be out there. Like, you want people to gather around you because you're a performer. Now that's out of the window. What the fuck did you do during that, 2020?
Dude, the funny thing is I feel like my industry just disappeared immediately, and it was almost so fast that once I realized that I wasn't able to do gigs anymore, then I kind of looked around and a lot of people were still working or still on the fence. Like if you remember back like March 2020, it was like it was getting serious. Like we were hearing about it, but everybody still had this mindset of like, oh, this is something that will be here today and gone tomorrow type of thing, you know? And obviously it wasn't, but it was definitely an eye-opening thing for me to be like, wait, is this is a real thing?
Yeah.
And so dude, I had some money saved up, so I kind of just like sat back for a little bit, and then luckily we just kind of adjusted with radio, so I was able to kind of hang on to radio, and we would just pre-record stuff, so we weren't allowed to be in the studio at all with each other. So
Mm.
we pick like a time where you'd go in there, and it'd be literally just you by yourself. You
What?
record everything and then schedule it, so when people listen, they think that we're there, but it's literally all programmed.
Holy shit. So
And
you
you
had to
kind of
go
just
into the
get that.
workplace. You had to go into the workplace where you usually see like you got all these producers or audio people. I have no idea what fucking happens inside those radio stations, but like you have this group of people and then you just
Yeah.
literally go in one day and it's just you.
Yeah, and it literally has to be scheduled. Like it can never overlap. If somebody is within like however many feet that they had set apart, we can't be in waiting rooms together. They would have a cleaning crew come in and clean out the studio after every single person left, just so
Jesus
that they didn't
Christ.
get like their licensing pulled and everything. Uh, which was an interesting process, and we kind of figured out how to make it work, and then we would slowly, as time went and vaccines rolled out and everything, we were able to um, bring people back into the studio, but it's still not 100% back. Like a lot of artist interviews we're doing over like Zoom now still,
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
because if artists are on tour and stuff, we don't want to risk them getting sick by coming into contact with too many people and then they have to miss shows. So we're still really not recovered. Obviously, our guys got COVID right now,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's not
Exactly.
over, but we're definitely learning to deal with it.
Damn, dude. That's fucking mind blowing.
Bet it, oh,
Go
I
ahead,
bet
go
it
on.
would have been good. I bet it would have been good though if you had that time off COVID. Would have given you a lot more creative space to think about events and names and everything else to carry on in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was definitely a blessing in disguise to have just downtime in general. I think you get into the habit of working all the time, and especially when you're out and performing, you don't have a lot of time to sit back and lean into your creativity and really just like
Master
I
your
feel like
craft.
I picked up, yeah, I picked up so much just like production wise and working on my own music. Um, and that was just time that I was kind of just given that I wouldn't have had otherwise because I hadn't
Yeah.
had a break or a weekend off where I wasn't outperforming probably for the 4 years prior.
Mhm.
So I was really glad that we kind of had that downtime to really like um, reflect, rest, and then yeah, just honestly now I think on this side of the COVID spectrum, I'm definitely more picky and choosy about the work I take, the gigs I take. I realize I said yes to too much, and you gotta kind of pick and choose what is really for you and what serves you, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at now. I don't ever want to work myself like I did
Yeah,
before. I think
yeah, yeah.
that's the invaluable
But
thing.
you work to get there though. I feel like in the beginning,
You have to, yeah,
you have to,
for sure.
just to get your name out there, get people to
Yeah,
know and look, I'm legit, guys, like I mean, I'm not one of these, bums out here, just DJing for no reason and like that's why I have a lot of respect and admiration for you because I see you perform like you don't go up there and just hit play. Nah, man,
yeah,
you read the crowd, You fucking see what's vibing. If you see something's not working, you fucking immediately come back with a banger, or you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
I don't know if Ivan got to see you when he was here in town. I don't think he did. I think it was
I did.
Oh, you did get to see him? Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
Yellawave does his
yeah.
thing, man.
Because I think it was one of the nights I think it was one of the nights you were working when I went down.
Yeah, I was
Again.
working.
You were just kind of you were going back and forth, and we went into high score, and I think he was on the DJ booth at that time.
Yeah. No, Yellawave is definitely, one of the hottest, if not the hottest DJs here in Phoenix. And I'm not just saying that because he's my buddy. I do believe that. I see it firsthand. You know what I mean? Any other, all respect to all the DJs out there. 100%. I got love for all the DJs that I know. They all do their thing, Yellawave is one of those people that people literally fucking line up and like schedule Wednesday nights to go see this motherfucker right here, bro. The lines, bro. I've never seen lines that fucking long. And it's all thanks to this man right here. But when COVID hit, and you're at home doing your thing for that basically like a year, right?
Almost more. It felt like
Yeah.
an 18-month stretch really before things started moving again.
Yeah. So literally it was like from one day to another, quarantine. No bars, no gigs. You can't perform. Artists can't have people over and blah 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 blah. You're a competitor. I know your personality. You like to compete. You hate to lose. And you take your performance is that it's a performance. It's not like you're up there just doing whatever. Like you're up there doing your best, and I feel like you see it as like I have to win every single night.
For sure.
So me, if I was you, I would fucking like be dying. I would be like, I can't wait to fucking get out there and do my fucking thing. Is that something like were you like at home just like anxious, like fuck man, when is this gonna be over? I need to go out there and fucking kill it.
It was that. It was also, it just changed our entire industry. A lot of DJs started streaming on Twitch, which opened a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Really, just because it was a way for us to still perform, expand our audience, but everybody's chilling at home at the same time too. So. It was a way to still perform and put your name out there, show people, and showcase what you can do. But for me, it was just like recreating a game plan of. I went through the ringer early, where it was just paying your dues and kind of jumping on wherever you can, and now it's like, all right, when I come out of this, my next goal is to travel as much as possible and perform in different cities and countries and.
Yep.
In front of audiences that I would never get to perform in front of. How do I get there? And that's kind of where my focus was I'm going to take this time. I'm going to get better. I'm going to learn. I'm going to make friends with as many people and as many artists that I look up to and think I can learn and grow from, and try to, I don't know, just take little tidbits of what they get. So we come back out hot once things do open, because I knew it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're doing good right now. So
fuck yeah.
Just want to keep.
Hell yeah.
When you mentioned the whole like Twitch streaming stuff, and I noticed that too. It definitely, like not I guess revolutionized or evolved into it was like another avenue that I feel like a lot of DJs or artists, they were like, oh shit, I can still do my thing now virtually, you know what I mean? And I feel like because a lot of people were quarantined, who doesn't want to be a fucking DJ? You know what I mean? That's a dope ass gig. That's a dope ass career. So like a lot of people sometimes don't have the time to DJ. So like during quarantine, I'm pretty sure a lot of people tried, you know what I mean? So like maybe the competition like even grew, and I feel like the ones that came out of it, it separated the boys from the men or the girls from the women. You know what I mean? Like it definitely separated that. And, it speaks volume, basically on your craft and what you do and whatnot. You guys got something?
Yeah, I've got something. So obviously I'm from Australia. Hello. And the DJs here in Australia, it is hard sometimes for them to get their name out and for them to be noticed as hard as it is over also in the States, but I feel like over in the States it's a bit more easier. What are the steps that you took to sort of get yourself out there? And was it just lots of marketing? Was it just lots of gigs? Lots of just.
I guess what Cayno's trying to say is like, what's a tip that you would give an up-and-coming DJ, right?
I'm not becoming a DJ, so
No, I know, I know.
I'm happy here.
I mean, what kind of worked for me, granted, I think it all depends on what your starting point is. But I had kind of already built a small like internet buzz pre-COVID. So there were DJs in other states that really were just internet friends, you know? Like I was watching videos during quarantine before I kind of like made and painted out a game plan of how I was going to approach growing just like where I'm able to travel to. And a lot of people say when you want something, look at the network you already have before you focus on growing your network. And there were a lot of people that I had been following just on Instagram that I had interacted with that were doing a lot of the same things that I was, but in different parts of the country. And they, you know, were just as established. So really, I just started shooting my shot. Like I had a friend in the Texas area, reach out to them, able to travel, started going to the Bay Area, met up with a bunch of DJs out there, working on going to the Philippines pretty soon, playing out there. Yeah, and just like kind of since I've established at least a home base here in Phoenix, it's kind of like I go out there and perform in their city, and the door's always open if they're ever in my city, you know? And that's helped me out a lot for sure. That and then just double down on like documenting stuff, always like having photo and video to record everything so I could document and then send stuff out to people. And then on top of that, like working for the radio is its own platform in itself because with radio, I get to get on Zooms with different artists and just talk music and nerd out in that way, and then go to a lot of shows. So that's another way that I'm able to.
Yeah.
kinda, like, spread my-
Have you ever thought about leaving the DJing scene, going to like the more production, sort of becoming someone's producer or?
Yeah, not so much. I mean, I'm working on my own electronic project right now.
Yeah.
But my ultimate goal, music-wise, is I want to score movies.
Oh.
That's like really the full dream of mine is I want to, I want
That'd
to
be
sit down and just like be fully immersed in the soundscape of a film because I feel like that's a very underrated part of film. I've always loved it, and it's a lane that I don't think a lot of people. Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's everybody's first go-to when they get into production.
Yeah, I would agree, and you know, the data backs you up because like how many films can you name soundtracks from their films or like you can be like, oh, that sound or that music really made that scene like more or whatever. It's never in the back of your head, But I agree.
Iconic movies have the most iconic soundtracks.
Exactly, and they don't look at it that way. They just look at the film in general and be like, "Oh, that was a great film," not knowing that you felt that way because of, the soundtrack or the music or stuff like that. I definitely agree. And there's only a little bit of films that I've had like success where you say that are like, "Oh shit," that music or that sound or whatever made the movie what it is or whatever. So that's interesting.
Directors too, like the difference between when you're watching a Michael Bay film or Quentin Tarantino, like their choice is so specific to the visual experience, and to be a part of that would be sick. Even like Pixar, dude, like Pixar has some of the sickest soundtracks ever.
Fuck yeah, dude! Exactly. Cayno's a big Pixar guy.
Pixar.
Ivan, you got anything?
You got anything? If not, we'll switch it up here.
So
God
I
damn,
know, like,
bro, your fans loud as shit. We're working.
I asked you if you hear it earlier. You said no.
Well, you were muted, so I couldn't hear it now. But now I can hear it.
So who were like like who were the artists that inspired you the most? Like to like for your start, like to get like your kind of your style from? Like, did you pull from any artists, or you just try to make your own style?
I mean, I definitely pulled from like early Pharrell, um, uh, this band I like, Jungle, Kaytranada, production wise, is one of my favorite DJs and producers. Um, RZA is insane when it comes to soundtracks. He has some of the craziest credits in movies. Hans Zimmer is a really well known composer. Growing up, that I would listen to. Um, yeah.
I don't know any of those people, and it just goes to show how educated this man is in his fucking craft, bro.
It's so
No,
hard
Jungle.
because we have the internet, dude. It's not like the records that we find are just like what's in our parents' collection, you know? Like we can go on YouTube right now and get deep into some like Brazilian funk, you know,
Yeah.
that we would never be exposed to
Mm-hmm.
pre the internet era. So I don't know, bro. I can go on forever.
Yeah, it definitely the internet is an amazing thing. Like you said, we have all this fucking knowledge at the tip of our fingers,
Yeah.
So it's definitely an amazing thing.
Because
Go
I'm
ahead.
into like I'm into rock and metal and all that stuff and rap and whatnot. And sometimes you just sit there and you just scroll and you just scroll and you start going, as you said, deep into the internet. And I found this one German band and I was like, oh my god, who are you?
Yeah, exactly. You can get
It's
inspiration from
beautiful, right? It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And those moments, it's like you're not even finding that music. It's the music finds you. It's like
Yeah.
I knew this is what I was looking for, and
Hell
here
yeah.
we are.
And here we are. That's
Yeah.
dope as fuck. All right, Yellowwave. Worst types of girls to deal with while you're doing your thing, performing.
Every single one of them.
All of them. They're all in the
He said
way.
all of them.
They're all in the way.
You have like the
Obviously,
educated
the
women.
drunk are the worst.
The which
for
one?
Sure. The drunker they are.
The worst,
worst,
the most
but-
annoying and obnoxious they are. Bro, I've seen
The-
it
the-
firsthand where they're like, I want to get on stage, and Yellow is like, bitch, get the fuck up.
It's in the way. You
You're
know.
in the
Or
way.
it's like, or it's always the curious Georges that come up and they want to press buttons and ask what these lights are. It's like I'm not giving you a tutorial. Like I'm in the middle of something.
Can you imagine, bro? Just like the way I see it is like I'm in the middle of a basketball game and then a girl comes like, oh, let me try and shoot. Like, bitch, I'm in the game. Get the fuck away.
Mid-game.
Mid game. Mid game. You want to come up here and press my buttons? Like, what the fuck? What do you think this is? Some fucking Toys R Us fucking toy? They could just come in here and like la 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 la. The
I
curious
seen this
George-
video on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and this girl was drunk as fuck, and she sort of stumbled over to the DJ booth and started ordering drinks from the DJ. And the DJ's like, "No, darling, you don't order them here. It's over there." And she's like, "2 vodka Red Bulls, please."
Bro, it pisses me off. I can only imagine you, but the fucking bitches that grab their phone and then they write Bad Bunny on it and they're like this. Bro,
Oh,
I hate those types of females. Like, you just want
But
to
like
listen to...
imagine being in a restaurant and asking and placing an order like this from across the room. Like you know how rude that is?
I didn't even think of it that way. That's right.
Like in any industry, like who would do
Start-
that?
start doing. What's that game where you have the where you gotta guess what you are, and the phone you start moving
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
down?
the heads up.
Heads up, bro. They're literally playing heads
Heads
up,
up,
bro.
yeah.
Bro, I've seen it where it's like a gang of bitches, bro, like all over the place, just like... It pisses me off. It pisses me off so much. And it's those girls that like never go out, they don't know the vibe, they don't know the industry. They're just out there just free willy-nilly and shit. And it's like they don't understand. Man, it pisses me off. I can't imagine how it makes you guys feel as DJs, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Don't-
it's very
don't you-
easy.
Oh,
Sorry,
you
go
go,
ahead.
you go.
I was just gonna say it's very obvious when you see the people that just turned 21 or the people that don't go out so much, but maybe they're used to doing house parties and they don't understand how a bar or a club works.
Yeah.
They close themselves. They just gotta have like a red dot on their head.
It is the funniest thing to me, bro. But it does piss me off, and I'm not even.
Don't you
doing
have
it.
security guards up there in case someone goes upstairs? You just sort of like flick them off, or do you just flick them off yourself?
No, I've told
Like,
Yellawave
it's a-
of this before. It's like,
like-
bro, you got any issues? Let me know.
Like, get the fuck
Yeah,
off my
no,
stage.
I mean, I'd love if security would be there 24/7, but obviously, like, I have shit to do. But I have no problem telling somebody, dude, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, and then you're always like you always have like your boys with you too, you know. And I'm pretty sure you lean on them to like help you out as well, no?
Yeah, like I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, don't let anybody get past this line. I don't care who it is, just keep them this far away from me. If they have to ask for a song, tell them to tell you what the song is, and then you let me know.
Yeah, and then you'll
I'm not
consider
worried
it.
about that. The second I see a phone, it's like when you could see somebody staring at you, but you don't want to look at them because you don't want to make eye contact. That's what it is.
Like those
I'm just avoiding them
like
the
those
whole time.
crackheads in the freeway where like they have a sign and you're like, I don't got any change on me, so you're like
Exactly,
trying not to
just
make it.
Steering wheels, like I don't have change, I don't have change, I don't have change.
Females, don't be those crackheads on the freeway. Do not put a phone on top of your fucking thing. All right? It is annoying. Stop that shit. Okay? I don't correct me if I'm wrong. If you want a song, buy the DJ a drink and be like, hey, you know, here's a drink. You know, do you mind playing the song? Or, you know, give them a little tip. Be like, how are you going to request a song and, like, be cheap about it, bro? That's my opinion.
Dude, the worst thing is they'll come up, they'll ask for a song, and most of the time, sure, yeah, I'll play the song.
You please the
whatever.
crowd. You're a crowd pleaser.
But if the second you ask, you sit there and stare and you keep asking why I haven't played your song like right away, it's like, look around. I'm not performing for just you. Like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Can everyone clear the dance floor, please? Just one person at a time. Thank you.
Bro, I'd be the
Yeah.
biggest piece of shit, bro. I would stop the whole music. I'll do the whole record break. Be like, all right, everybody. This song, she requested it so we're gonna hear it from start to finish. No nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody dance, just her. And then just play it and everybody just stare at her.
Yeah, people don't read the room either. It's just
No.
like you get the vibe, you get an idea of what everybody's on. If everybody's drinking, having a good time, the music is up tempo or upbeat. Don't come up and ask for Adele or ask for something that doesn't fit, you know? Because if I say I'm gonna play it, I probably will, but it'll probably be at the very end of the night.
Yeah. When
Fuck
you're going
off.
up and down and like changing the moods and stuff, yeah. Dude, that's
Yeah.
so amazing, man. I love
As
hearing
a
this.
as a DJ, I'm sure you go through all sorts of shit. What's the worst experience and the best experience you've had as a performer or a DJ?
Oh, I don't know if it's worst experience, but it's definitely up there. This guy came up, and I mean, I kind of, I'm familiar with him. I've met him a few times in passing, and it seemed like he had like some friends in town or some buddies that lived out of state or wherever they were from. He was trying to show him a good time, so he brought him up and introduced him. And I shook their hand or whatever. And then I went back to doing my thing. I was DJing. And all of a sudden I like feel like a splash on my back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. These guys are super drunk. They spilled their drink on me.
Oh,
And I
man.
turn around and he threw up on me.
Oh no!
Threw up, bro, on my back. While I'm DJing, bro. Meaning, I can't stop, right? Because if the music stops,
Yeah.
I fail.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I just had to take my shirt off, kicked him out, and then I had like like a windbreaker jacket, and I threw that on with no shirt on under, luckily, and just got like a towel to wipe myself off. But I literally had to just keep playing, and it was such a weird situation to be in, because I was trying to not make it too obvious, but this dude threw up all over me. And I'm just
That's
like,
that mama mentality, bro. Even though
Yeah.
that mama gotta keep going, the show goes on, man.
God.
You were literally Kobe Bryant, dislocated your finger, popped it back in, and kept going, bro.
right? That haunts me to this day. It really haunts
How
me.
long ago was that?
Honestly, it was maybe
Last week.
no, it was this year. It was maybe January.
Yeah, when COVID, you were finally go out to the bar, and then everybody went crazy, bro. Everybody
Right,
went
and
crazy.
People didn't know how to act.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too long ago, but I
Jeez.
cannot get that out of my head at all.
Bro, can you imagine being
Oh,
thrown up on?
Doing anything and having to keep going.
Doing anything, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Fuck, man. People that were in the crowd, it's like, look at this dude, man. How conceited is he? He's taking off his shirt and shit, not knowing that you literally just got fucking vomited on.
He's getting into it big time. Woo!
Dude, fuck. All right, man.
that one broke me.
Yeah. The best one.
I've had a good experiences though. I mean, like I've played a few festivals, which is always fun just to see like a sea of people. And also like with festival sets, you have more freedom to play what you want, because a DJ at a festival is an artist versus a DJ at a club is a DJ, you know? Like
Mhm.
at the club you're playing, you're kind of appeasing the crowd that came out that night, versus at a festival people came to see a show. So you get to play more of what you want to play. So
Yeah,
I definitely enjoy those sets a lot more.
Hell yeah.
Ivan, you got anything? No.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about the worst types of girls. I think you touched base, but the opposite gender, the worst types of dudes to deal with.
All of them.
All of them too.
The ones that throw up on your back.
Like, what are some pet peeves, I guess? Like, something that guys typically do that are like, bro, come on.
Guys that will come up and like throw you on their Snapchat, and then they're like trying to like do like this video selfie thing, but they just won't go away, and they'll keep like yelling in the camera.
I was about to say, because I've done that with you, bro.
Yeah, but not like forever, bro. Like they just like put the camera in your face. It's so rude.
Yeah.
And then like artists, like when an artist is like, "Yo, can you play my song?"
Oh, that
It's,
happens?
well, one, I don't have your song, but two, I'm like, you can email it to me. If I get a chance to listen to it first, then I could decide better if I'm gonna play it or not. But they'll just like kind of like give you money. They're like, how much to play it? And it's like, dude, I don't ever want to trap myself and just like say yes to a number, because then it's like, then you work for them, you know?
Yeah.
And if the song is awful, then you're gonna kill the crowd in the process, and that's most important.
And
over
your
nice.
reputation. Your reputation
Yeah, exactly.
cannot cost. There's no amount of money that can cost your reputation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like if I
Yeah.
got offered
We
a
have
fucking
Jeff-
endorsement for, I don't know, fucking some website that I don't agree with, I'm not gonna take any amount of money if I don't believe in your product, or if I don't fuck with your product. You can't offer me any amount of money to put your fucking shit on here, because then it's my reputation. It goes back on me and my morals and stuff like that. So I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yep, Jeffrey requests Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Let's go. Woo! Get that shit poppin'!
All day.
Go
Go ahead, Cayno. Go.
Oh, so besides being a DJ, like what else takes up your time besides obviously radio and events and whatnot? Like, do you do anything on the side?
He's an engaged man. If you don't want to talk about this, you don't have to. I'll edit it out. And anything you say, Yellawave, And if you find like you said too much or you don't fuck with or anything like that, you let me know and I'll cut it out. But
No worries. Yeah, I recently got engaged, so we're in the process of moving into a new house next week. So that plus I have really big dogs, so they take up the majority of my time. But besides that, like luckily my work isn't my work, it's what my passion, and that's kind of my hobby. It takes up the majority of my time. Um, I I don't just DJ per se. I work for a Sirius XM station called Sound 42, and I just pick music that we end up programming into the shows. So I'm doing that on the side as well, and then I help do like social media marketing for people as well on the
Ah,
side.
nice.
So so
um,
yeah.
Very nice.
what's next? And what's your next step, Yellowwave? What's the thing that you see is like, okay, that's my next goal and I'm trying to reach that.
Um, I don't know if they're gonna have it this year, but there's a competition called the Red Bull 3 Style, and it's hosted by Red Bull, obviously. And it's essentially like the Olympics of DJing. There's a competition in like 30 something countries. They pick a winner from each country, and then you all fly out to whatever country's hosting it. So I think the last one was in Taipei, and the winner becomes the Red Bull World Champion. And if you can get that
Sky's the limit.
exactly, yeah, it basically just opens up a sea of opportunities that you can live off of for the rest of your career. And that's what I want to do. A lot of my favorite DJs have gone through that. Um, and that's one of my goals next is to focus on the battle scene.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Don't mind this stupid question here, but I just thought about it. What stupid sports would you say if there was like a DJ Olympics? I can see like 100-meter scratch off, some some discus. Well, what are some like if you were to put DJ and the Olympics together?
Like how does that look
just
like? Yeah.
I mean,
Is it
I
like
think it's
judging?
I think it should be in the Olympics at this point. The purpose of the Olympics, outside of just saying seeing which country has the supreme athlete, is it's a globalization thing, right? It's like bringing everybody together, and what brings people together more than music, you know?
Yup.
Um, so in any capacity, if we can involve music, I'm all for it. There's definitely really weird things that I've started to see, like why is it on ESPN that there's um
Like the cup
the
stacking.
the cup stacking or no, they're doing like beer pong, but you can't drink, like
Yeah, yeah.
because it's competitive, and I get it, but that's like the point of the game, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Or bags. I see the bag toss.
I see bags
Oh,
is
the
really
fucking,
really
yeah.
common.
It is, yeah. And you see it all the time. It's a really fun game to play, and it's insane to see people just become insanely good at these things that they obviously spent years on. But I don't know, man. I'm glad they just added skating, which is sick.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been a part of the games for a long, long time. Um, who knows? I don't know. I think DJing will be at some point a part of the Olympics, hopefully, because watching DJs is fun, but also seeing them put together routines, learning new music, the way that they present it, and then just like judgment wise, it'd be very easy to pick a winner, right?
Yeah.
We all have ears, we all have eyes, we can see. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
they literally have dancing horses on there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we have fucking this exactly? And I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
way more people would tune in to watch that than watch the horse dancing to Adele.
Yeah, and then it's just one more thing that maybe like a young kid will see, and maybe that's something that they would be inspired to dive into, and maybe that leads them into a career that blossoms into who knows.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
So I'm all for it.
We'll wrap up here in a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but obviously you mentioned a little bit about networking and stuff like that. What are the what's a couple of the like the best, not necessarily the best, but the ones that you enjoy working with the most, like DJ wise? Because I've seen you share the stage with a few other DJs that are also my buddies and stuff like that. And if you want to give them a shout out or be like, I really enjoy working with this person, I really learned that from this person, or me and this person really collab great together, something like that.
Yeah, I enjoy working with most of the DJs out here in the Valley for sure. Chris Villa,
Shout
he
out
went
Chris
to the
Villa.
he went to Red Bull 3 times to represent the U.S. So he's done it. That's kind of the guy that exposed me to that industry. So I always love playing with Chris Villa. A lot of the DJs in the Bay Area are really, really killing it right now in the scene. A-Track, Miles Medina, just freaking legends. Shout out to DJ Ivy out there and Arcade. And yeah, there's actually a DJ producer in Australia I want to work with. His name is Young Franco. He's dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I want to do a show with him. So
Well, you're
hopefully-
welcome anytime.
His casa is your casa. Yeah, Cayno lives in the Western Australia part. The motherfucker's 15 hours ahead of us. That's crazy.
In the future.
He's in the future.
in the future. So it's the 14th
Yes.
for you. Dope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Chris V is another one that's on my spectrum. I would love to have that guy on as well. I'm pretty sure he'll agree. He's a good dude. DJ Javin.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, so Southern Hemi. So is it winter?
Yes, it's winter at the moment.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
So
crazy.
like his
yeah,
Christmas time, he's chilling in the pool.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
dope.
Yeah. So like all the Christmas movies where it's snowing, he's like, I can't relate to this.
Yeah,
I
that
get
actually.
beaming hot sun.
Your Santa wears shorts.
Mm-hmm,
Yes. Shorts and a singlet.
There it is.
Since we're on the topic of Australia, Yellawave.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
What? Do you think I could beat up a kangaroo?
Absolutely not.
What? You haven't even heard my like. Okay,
I don't want to hear
Thank
it,
you.
dude.
me and you have.
Dude, a kangaroo can kick a car door off of its hinges. You understand how strong you have to be to do that?
I'm not stupid, bro. I have a game plan. I've thought
All right,
about this
well, let's
a
hear it.
very, very long time. All right, let me show you. Let me just show you real quick. So how Cayno, how tall is the tallest kangaroo? I want to fight the biggest, baddest motherfucker out there.
6'6", I think he is.
Okay, 6'6". I'm 6'1", right? So he got me by 5 inches. So I'm gonna stand up. He's gonna,
Use
like,
the chair as a kangaroo. Use chair as a kangaroo.
No, it's smaller than me. So the kangaroo's taller than me, right? So I'm gonna do one of these where like look over here type shit, and the kangaroo's gonna be distracted. And the kangaroo has like a wide spread, right? Because they're kangaroos, their legs are like far apart. So I'm gonna do one of these, and then he's gonna look over here, and then I'm gonna kick him in the balls, boom. And then the kangaroo is gonna go, oh my balls, and like go down. Now we're on the same level. Grab him by the neck, give him a couple, and then just choke him out, and then I win. And I become king of kangaroos. Easy. Thoughts?
I don't think it's gonna happen, dude.
Fuck, man.
It could, but
It
dude,
could. That's all I need. That's all I
I
need,
don't
bro.
know. I would
I
not.
have asked if he wanted to back up in case more kangaroos decide to jump him. But he's like, nah, bro, I got this. I'm like,
Once I beat the biggest, baddest kangaroo, all the other kangaroos are gonna bow down to me. They're gonna be like, "Fuck, this dude just beat our king." So like, they're forced to like.
Dude, it's not Planet of the Apes, dog.
Yeah, bro.
God damn it.
They'll probably just immediately figure out how to whoop your ass.
Damn it.
Dude, their legs are insanely strong.
Mine are too.
Because you got to think about it. If one kangaroo sees another, like the kangaroo fighting somebody, they're gonna go help, especially if it's their king.
But then I got
Right.
my boys there to like handle the little ones. What's going on?
That's a death wish.
I think
I haven't found
think
one
you-
person that fucking believes in me, man.
I don't say I'm not believing.
Look at that.
I
I'll
just
fuck that shit
pick
up.
a different dream.
Pick a different dream. Look, bro, I can fuck these things up. Can you
No,
see this,
you
Yellawave?
can't.
Can you see this? Bro, I'm gonna fuck those things up, man. I'm sorry. What?
Have you seen the size of its legs?
Have you seen the size of mine?
Yes, I have.
You got small legs, bro.
That's why
You got,
I'm preparing, bro. I'm squatting like once a week now.
you got pins, as we call them. You got pins.
But look at their arms, bro. They. Anyways.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, but that's
Show 'em a
a because
rectangle.
look at a T-Rex's arms.
Exactly. They don't got shit. I gotta reach. You know.
Why did
They
T-Rex?
got claws. They got claws though. So if people want to listen, like let's say off, like if they can't make it to like where you're DJing at, like where can they find you? Like Spotify, like Apple Music, SoundCloud. Where can they find you?
SoundCloud, Mixcloud, pretty much all social media is at Yellawave. That's YELLAWAVE. I think
Links
it's the
and
same
everything. Links and everything will be in the
Links
description.
and everything will be in bios and
Yeah, I'll put it
everybody
down
knows.
below and I'll put it on screen as well. Where can they see you perform
Yeah.
live?
Well, this week mostly just in Phoenix. I'm not traveling for the next few weeks, but I'm doing a show on Monday with Aluna George at Maya, which I'm excited about. She's a really dope artist, so I'm excited to play with her.
Hell yeah.
And, yeah.
All right, guys. Ken, you got anything?
Just one more thing. So I seen you had an event. I'm not sure whether it's gone or not. Called Only Jams. Just want to know
that's tonight.
where you get your inspiration from. Is it just like from the trending things that happen, or?
Yeah, I think just at the time when we were planning on doing an R&B night, we were trying to come up with a catchy name, and OnlyFans was just super viral at the moment. It was it was topic of conversation, and I wanted something that described the night, but was also relevant to young people. So I felt like Only Jams worked, and so far so good.
Definitely.
He's got one with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp next. Sort of.
So I do want to mention. So I just found this right now. DJ Yellawave was actually put out on the Entertainer magazine in January 2020 for, I think you did a show with, was it Bodie with Alec King and Reagan Capace?
Yeah, Kapasi, yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, so I just found out right now
Hell yeah.
because I was gonna send the stuff to Antelope, like the SoundCloud and everything,
Well, I got it.
and I saw it right now. Entertainer magazine.
I don't think you guys realize who we have on here, bro. We got a star,
I
man.
didn't know that. That's cool. Shout out to Bodie and Reagan and everybody.
Hell yeah. So this episode was obviously based on you, Yellawave, so that we can get our audience to know who the fuck you are and all that good shit. I would love to have you on because I like the way you think, and I like how your mind works. So I don't know if you saw our last podcast where we have like the boys versus girls, and we were talking about like body count and just how men think and how women think are very different. So we would like debate back and forth. I would love to have you on one of those episodes. I'm talking to a few bartenders like Sydney and all them and Jackie and all them, and they're down to be on here, and we could just go back and forth and debate. Is that something you'd like to be on later on, where it's not just an episode based on you, but like you could also be part of the conversation where we debate, go back and forth and shit?
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, it is so fun, bro. It is so fucking fun to debate, because you know how girls are, huh?
That's the thing, is the girl guy dynamic is there's so many double standards, and we're programmed backwards. Like we're just so fixed in our ways. But it's interesting to share perspectives for sure.
It's interesting, and then guys want to defend themselves and be like, this is why we think this way, and the girls are like, well, you're wrong because we think this way and whatnot. So it's definitely very, very fun. So I'd love to have you on an episode where it's not just solely based on you, and we could just go, you could be part of the boys, now. But all right, cool. So we'll definitely wrap it up here. All of DJ Yellawave stuff is in the bottom, link in the description. Go follow him, give him some love, all that good jazz. Thank you Don't forget to subscribe. 42% of you motherfuckers are not subscribed to the podcast. Hit that subscribe button, all that good shit. Stay awakened and afraid, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Hang
Peace
on.
out.
Yellawave, what happens if I don't subscribe? What happens if I don't subscribe?
You
You're
gotta
gonna
fight
throw
a
up in the-
kangaroo.
Fight a kangaroo.
Yeah,
There you
fight
go
a
then.
kangaroo.
Easy. I already gave you guys the blueprint to win.
Antelope, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe so I can fight the fucking kangaroo. But anyways, guys, thank you for staying. Peace out, y'all.
No worries. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, though.
Yeah, bro. Much love, man. We'll keep in touch.